Good morning everyone, welcome back to Question a Day. Today we'll be answering the July 13th question, not on quadratics, little mistake there, this is on graphing. So we'll just add that there. Specifically, we're graphing a reciprocal graph. So this is y is equal to 15 over x squared. Now, if we're not sure what this looks like, so we have covered this in class, but a good way to help us, if we're not sure exactly what a graph will look like, is put in a couple of points to try and help us out. So the first one we could try is x is equal to 1. And we can see if we put x equals to 1 in there, we get y is equal to 15. Then if we put x equal to 2, we see that y is going to get a bit smaller, it's going to be equal to 15 over 4, which is about 3.75, I think. And we can continue doing this for various different points. We could try the negative side. So when x is equal to negative 1, y is once again equal to 15. So that tells us a little bit about the side of the graph that we're working on. So once we've got that information, we can start to sketch some points. So we can plot x equals 1, but this is our x-axis and this is our y-axis. X equals 1, we're probably going to be up about here. It's quite high up there. And we'll call that 15. And for negative 1, we're going to be in that same place. For 2, we're going to get a bit more shallow, about, let's say, there. And if you tried more points, or if you knew the shape of this graph, you could predict what it will be. And this is reciprocal, so it's probably going to get lower and lower and lower, approaching this x-axis. But what you'll be able to tell if you put in a very, very, very big value of x, it will still stay positive, so we're going to approach the x-axis, but we're never going to hit it. Same from the other direction. If we put in smaller and smaller and smaller, getting down to negative 500, negative 1000, and so on, we'll get closer and closer and closer to this x-axis, but we'll never quite get there. So yeah, so it's going to be symmetric there, and have the same property of never quite getting to the x-axis. Now we can think about the y-axis. The y-axis, well, if we try putting 0 into here, we get 15 divided by 0. As you might remember, we can't really do that. It doesn't make sense to share 15 things amongst 0 people. So what kind of happens is, as x gets smaller, as it approaches 0, our y value is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It's going to kind of shoot off to infinity, but it's never quite going to touch this y-axis. So we can sketch on this shape. It's going to be a bit of that kind of curve there, similar to our 1 over x curve, our reciprocal curve. The reciprocal of x squared, similar, except on the left side of the axis, we decrease again, but this time on the positive side, instead of being on the negative side of the y-axis. And what we would call this y-axis, where we never quite meet it, and this x-axis that we never quite meet, these are our asymptotes. Asymptotes. There we go. And those asymptotes are x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. So that's all for today. I'll see you tomorrow for July the 14th.